welcome back to my channel. It's Megan and today we're doing the mid-year freakout tag. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. I can't believe it's the middle of the year. Can you guys? I'm at a loss for words that we're already halfway through 2022. It is flying. Okay, without further ado, we're gonna jump into this because we got a lot of things to film, a little bit of time, and we're on a time crunch, so let's get going. All right, first thing, we're gonna do some rapid fire here. Best book of 2022, definitely so far for me, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This is a book by Sulin Tan. Asian mythology, we are following a young girl whose mother is the moon goddess, and she is actually forbidden to live on the moon with her mother. In fact, the celestial kingdom doesn't even know she exists. So one day when they come to kind of investigate a obstruction or interference in their force, for lack of a better term, she goes to the celestial kingdom and hides and pretends to be someone else she is not. I loved the relationships in here. I loved the magic. I loved the plot twist. Cannot wait for the next book. So there we go. Best book of the year. Best sequel of the year. This actually was a contender for best book of the year until I saw best sequel, and that is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book of the Poppy War trilogy. Poppy War series is actually one of my favorite things that I've read this year. Dragon Republic was my favorite book of the trilogy, and there's no way of summarizing this series in layman's terms or an easily digestible synopsis. There's gods, there's mythology, there is war, there's school, there's an academy for war, there's a lot of political things going on, and it's just this culmination of genius, and I loved it so much. Please read this series. If you have interest in reading the series and you'd like to see my thoughts on it, you can check out our Poppy War read-along live shows to see what we thought of these books. I did that with a few of my booktube friends. Definitely check it out. But Dragon Republic was, as I said, my favorite of the three, and that is all I have to say. Next up is a new release that you would want to read soon. For me, that is Brotherhood by Mike Chen. This is an Obi-Wan / Anakin backstory novel. I am currently obsessed with Star Wars. I'm actually currently in the Qui-Gon Obi-Wan phase, and I've been watching Obi-Wan even though I wanted to do everything chronologically. I couldn't fit everything in time, but here we are. This is taking place before Revenge of the Sith, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but this is more so the interactions and the apprenticeship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and maybe we'll get some more info into why they actually liked each other, because in the movies it's not that clear. So yeah, this is gonna be a really good book. I can just feel it. Next is your most anticipated read for 2022. I think this is actually for a release. At the moment, I cannot currently think of what books are being released towards the end of the year. I could be really basic and be like, whatever the next Star Wars books are. Because that's all my mind thinks of at this moment. I literally can't think of what books are coming out. Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna go with a most anticipated read that I want to read before the end of the year, and that is Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardist. This is the story of a princess who has to decide between her duty and her, I forget if her betrothed or her bodyguard / knight, and then also a villain lizard, snakish reptile lady that is going to give her the opportunity to live her life non-royal, I believe. This is a not gender bent. I forget what the term is, but it's a, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Love triangle between a boy and a girl. So it's gonna be really good. Next up is biggest disappointment of the year. I don't actually have this book on hand because it was my biggest disappointment of the year, unfortunately, and it almost hurts to say this, but that was going to be the Dream Thieves for me. I read The Raven Boys, I enjoyed it, it wasn't my favorite, but the Dream Thieves I could not get into. I was just not feeling it. I ended up DNFing it. Another disappointment for me was Legend by Marie Lu. I really thought I was gonna like this one. I love dystopian novels. This one just did not do it for me, unfortunately. So those are my biggest disappointments of the year. Biggest surprise of the year. For me, I don't have the first book, but this is the second book. But Born at Midnight by C.C. Hunter is a paranormal, urban fantasy, paranormal academy summer camp book. And I just really loved this one. It's not good writing at all. Please do not take this as like, this is the pinnacle masterpiece of literary history. No, it's not good writing at all. But what it is it's nostalgia for my Wattpad days back in middle school. And I totally felt like I was reading a Wattpad book, and it was beautiful. I loved it so much. This was amazing, incredible, nothing like ever before. Nostalgia. Like, it was, yeah. That's where we're at. Also, Attack on Titan, even though I haven't read the manga, I was sucked in by that anime and I did not expect to be. So we're just gonna throw that in there because I did buy the manga. So that was a big surprise. Favorite new author? I'm gonna have to go with Christina Lauren, I think. I have recently read more of their books this year and I've really gotten into their work. They write some of my favorite romance novels. So we're gonna go with Christina Lauren. Crush. I never have an answer for this question. I don't get fictional crushes. I went through my like fictional slash celebrity crush phase in middle school when I was the biggest believer of all time and was convinced Justin Bieber was going to fall in love with me. And ever since that phase, I've never really carried that with me. So I just don't really get fictional crushes. So we're gonna skip that question. New favorite character. I think I'm gonna have to go with Kite from the Poppy War series. He's just this cinnamon roll, like, but also strategic, also academical. He's just living the best of his abilities. Not living his best life, but living to the best of his abilities. And I just really loved his character in the Poppy War series. A book that made you cry. This is The Fallen Star. It is the third adult novel of the High Republic arc of Star Wars. I don't want to get into why it made me cry too much, but just know that reading these books, no one is safe. No one. No one's safe. It hurts. It's painful. It's fine. A book that made you happy. One of my new favorite romance novels recently discovered is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. It tells the story of a young single mother who is kind of given up on dating until her best friend gets her to sign up for this like bit into a test tube and get your DNA romantic match. Like, we are going to pin down who your best soulmate is based on your DNA, only to find out that she has been matched with the founder of the company. Oh, it's fake dating. It's incredible. Enemies to lovers. Chef's kiss. I loved this book so much. Please read it. Please read it. Most beautiful book that you have received and or purchased this year. I'm gonna go with, and it was a toss-up between Daughter of the Moon Goddess and this. I'm leaning towards this just because I used Daughter of the Moon Goddess already for an answer. But The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. These are my favorite colors. We've got my absolute favorite color, this Tiffany Robin's Egg blue. We've got some light pinks, some light yellows. I'm really digging this vibe. Also, look how beautiful these end pages are. I mean, definitely one of the prettiest books I've received this year. Yes. I mean, I think you can all perceive that it is quite beautiful. Alright, a book that you want to read by the end of the year. For me, that is going to be The Song of Achilles. This tells the story of Achilles and Patroclus. Pretty sure I just butchered that name. We're gonna keep rolling forward. And this is their romance, and I know it's a tearjerker, so I'm not quite ready for it, but we're gonna do it. That is The Song of Achilles. Another one I would love to pick up is By the Book. This is also a recent new release. It is the adult romance series of the princesses, like the Disney princess stories being retold in like a mature mature adult storyline. I'm not sure what the actual synopsis of this is, but If the Shoe Fits was a Cinderella retelling set in a bachelor setting. So I'm excited to read this one. This is by the book by Jasmine Gilroy, so I can't wait to pick it up. All right, final question is, what is the best movie adaptation, book to movie adaptation you've seen this year? This is a little bit of a cheat because this is not a movie, it's a TV show, but Heartstopper is hands down the best adaptation I've ever seen. Please watch it. Please, please, please watch it. It is everything you want it to be. So that is my mid-year freakout tag. Let me know what your answers to the questions are down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.